Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video, where today, big friend of the channel, Dan Orc1976, has sent yet another package. Dan, you are the man. Let's see what we've got this week. Wow, this one is pretty packed. Let's pour it out. I can see a note in there. Hi Rob. The local charity shop has been a toy car gold mine of late, so here is some that I've picked up. There are some wheels I have salvaged from Ellie's breakages, and this time she has helped me pack them up. Keep up the great work, and always, God bless, Dan and Ellie. Awesome, thanks Dan. And Ellie, of course. Look at all these wheels, let's have a look. See what we got. Wow, there's loads of wheels here. These are nice ones. Very cool. Oh, these are lovely. I plan on doing like a kind of off-road van build shortly, and those will probably be perfect. All right, we've got 6. What was that? On a 6-wheeler possibly. Couple more off-roady wheels. I think there's quite a few off-roady wheels that Ellie's been playing with. Let's put those back in a box for a second. This one caught my attention straight on. Oh, blimey, look at that. That's cool. So it's a Super Kings BMW 5 Series K142 from 1986. And, of course, a police car. That's odd, that great big stop sign on the back. Very interesting. Unfortunately, it looks like we're missing the sirens and a decal on the front. I think that deserves to be restored one day. Here we have a Corgi, a British Leyland Mini 1000. Very cool. I nearly bought a Mini once. It was a black Mini, this shape, and it had a Metro 1.3 turbo engine fitted. And it was a super cool car, but I had a budget, and if I remember rightly, the guy wouldn't come down even £100, and I couldn't buy it. And then I ended up buying a Rover Tomcat Turbo in Nightfire Red, which, to be honest, I loved anyway, so I didn't mind. Oh wow, that's cool. That is a beauty. One of my favourite cars. It's the Citroen SM, but it's Matchbox Speed Kings K33. Wow. So the windscreen is perfect, the wheels are perfect, all the chrome has come off, and there's a few chips, but to be honest, I love that. And with a new paint job, that'll be perfect. You know, people sometimes call me out for maybe what is it? Orange peel. You know, there's orange peel in these from the factory, so you know, I'm only doing as per the factory finish. But yeah, this will have a I want to say a restoration plus. Maybe I'll change the colour, but the rest will stay stock. I've not got one of these. This is a Corgi. Is that Corgi Rockets? I think that says. Ital Design Bizzarini Manta. Ah, that's a shame. The old windscreen is broken there. Oh, look at that! Look. It's kind of like, you know, like the. It's kind of in the same layout as the McLaren F1. So, got the engine there, which looks cool. But then you've got 3 seats, one in the middle, one either side. So yeah, just like the McLaren F1. That is super cool. The wheels on it are disgusting. They need to be replaced, don't they? But yeah, real gutted about that window. I'm gonna have to try and learn how to perhaps do some kind of suction moulding, or I don't know, figure it out, because this I really would like to customize. Cool pickup truck. Right, so we've got a Dodge Daytona. I do have a couple of these, and I've yet to get around to customising it, and it would be a custom, but I think some of those wheels that Dan and Ellie have provided could go on that and do a bit of an off-roader. So beautiful Mustang. This is a Hot Wheels, I assume. Doesn't have a name on there, but from the shape of that, I'd say it's probably around maybe a 68 or a 69. Very cool. What is this? What is this? Corgi Whiz Wheels US Racing Buggy. You've got 2 fellas in there. I've never seen anything like this before. Cool engine in the back. I wonder if somebody could know. My first instinct is I wonder whether this here is the correct angle, or whether they've just been bashed and pushed in. Maybe they should be up here, you know, straight. And it looks like it's missing something off the top here, but if that's something I can replicate, I'd like to restore that. Seeing on the side here some fire extinguishers. Tell you a little story. I just had a new fire extinguisher delivered to my house yesterday, a much larger one than I had before. When I drive into France, French rules state you must have, for me at least, a GB sticker on my car. I must have high vis for everybody within the car. I must have a triangle. I must have a breathalyzer kit. But I must also have a fire extinguisher. And driving home from work on Wednesday this week or last week, pulled up the lights at the roundabout, and the car behind me, I noticed some smoke coming out the back, and sure enough his car was on fire. So I jumped out of my car, ran around to the boot, pulled out my fire extinguisher. People were stopping off and offering up their bottles of water and stuff like that, but yeah, we lifted up the bonnet. I put the fire out. I thought I was a superhero, a true fireman Sam, and I don't know, 10-15 seconds later, flames started flicking up again, and unfortunately I seemed to either put it out or put it down, and it just come back again. You know, I tried. You can drive past it now and it's just a wreck on the side of the road. You can't even tell it's a car anymore. It's just you know, it's like a squashed, melted piece of metal on the floor, pushed to one side. So it was even though I was glad I had it, but I'm also glad to have used it and it not to have done its thing, you know. So now the new fire extinguisher I've just bought is 4 times the size, and unfortunately for that fella on the road last week, had I that fire extinguisher, perhaps his car would still be alive today. But anyway, moving on. Hey. So this is a Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud from 1985. Now, I've mentioned I bought one of these recently. Here it is, and this is probably the 4th or 5th one of these that I have. And before I bought this one, I'd always mentioned, for whatever reason, on all of them, there's always a piece broken on the plastic. Normally the rear bumper, part of the front bumper. That's new, that the part of the actual kind of grille there is broken, but yeah, that is super cool anyway. And this one I picked up from the boot sale a couple of weeks ago now. This one is all intact, but who wouldn't want a pair of Rolls Royces, eh? This is cool. So it's a Hot Wheels Chevelle, 1964 Chevelle, with matte black chrome interior. Obviously the blower there poking out through the hood. Some flames on the side. This is super cool. Nice big old wide kind of drag slicks on the back. Imagine that in real life. That would be one fast hot rod. And this is a little sweet little thing. Oh, it's a Tomica or Tomica. What is the correct pronunciation? Tomica or Tomica? Part of me thinks because it's Japanese. Oh no, it's made in China, but I thought it is Japanese, isn't it? I think it's Japanese. So I would guess that it's pronounced Tomica. And if that's from 1977, that looks like it's just come out of the package. That can't be right. I know I've mentioned sometimes that the kind of year of a car and perhaps this date on the bottom here is just the like the original press date, and then you know they don't change that, and it could be 20 or 30 years that it's constantly used, but still that looks brand new. Beautiful. And I've got a few Tomica cars, but certainly none as clean as that, so I'm going to look after that one, put that to one side. That one will be going in my show cabinet for sure. This is a new one. I don't have one of these. And this one, looking at the windows. To be honest, windows is kind of what I look at first, because I can almost, you know, replace like wheels, not a problem. Even kind of nicks in the bodywork. You know, you've seen me do cars that are caved in, look like they've been stamped on. But I can't replicate the windows. So it's the first thing that I get excited about. If the windows are intact, which this one is, I know that I can custom or restore it. And although this is kind of like more of a modern, a basic car, it's a major Renault 25, but it's these ones that excite me the most, I must admit. just your bog standard, ordinary daily drivers. You know, people go after the Ferraris and Lamborghinis. They kind of, I don't know, I guess they ignore these type of cars. These are the ones we actually have. These are the ones that we actually drive. So, you know, trying to replicate the car that you got outside on the driveway, to me, I think that's pretty cool. Cool. This is another Hot Wheels. To be honest, my children, or my youngest at least, when he sees these videos, he then raids Matchbox Garage, because it's kind of like I guess an unwritten rule that he gets all the Matchbox, all the Hot Wheels. That is cool, and I might need to hide that one from him. You might see I've got some, this is not hard, this is, I've got super glue over my hands. My wife has taken the children out today for a game of bowling with her friend and their children, whilst I'm kind of playing around with toy cars. But she gave me a list of chores to do, and one of them was to super glue something back up, and super glue from the pound shop got absolutely bloody everywhere. Never mind. Another Mustang. I think this is an earlier one. My guess is around a 65 to 66. Apologise for the camera today. Now it's the same camera, but it's a different program that allows me to plug in my Blue Yeti mic to make the voiceover better, rather than just kind of going through my phone mic. But anyway, this car, minus the paint and decals, reminds me of Ken Block's Mustang, and maybe a custom to that. Someone done one recently. Who was it? I think it might have been Austin. That done that drift car maybe a couple of months ago. Anyway, so we've got Lady Penelope's car, Fab one. I've got a couple of these, and I picked one up recently, but it was really clean, so I'm glad I got one that's less clean for me to try and restore. Danny actually, probably about a month or 6 weeks ago now, he restored one of these, and it done really well, so wouldn't mind trying to do the same. We've got some bigger ones here. Looks like a bit of machinery. That's different, isn't it? It is a Matchbox. It's a Matchbox. Matchbox Alventura 2000. I think that's what it reads. Alventura of it. Adventure. Bloody hell. Sorry. It's the Matchbox Adventure 2000. And I can't read it because I'm stupid. There we are. K2001 Raider Command. I've never seen anything like this before. That is quite the design. But it all appears to be here. Looks like some decals are missing. I've never restored anything like this before, but I think that might be different, might be a bit of fun. And ultimately that's what I'm here for. You know, I'm here for the fun, and I'm here to do something a bit different. You know, I don't want to restore the same things over and over and over again every week. I'll just get bored. So I like to mix it up. and you guys certainly never know what's going to come next, and nor do I. I just pick it as I go, do one car at a time. I'm not one to kind of have 3 or 4 on the go. I just do one, start to finish, get it out, go on to the next one. Anyway, from 1970, this is a Matchbox king size number, I want to say K1, but there's some kind of casting defect right over that. Hydraulic excavator. And it looks like it's broken here, but maybe we can fix that. There we are. So this comes up and down. This comes in. That comes in. Wow, that is cool. Get yourself into all different positions with it. That's just popped back out again. Must be something wrong there. I have to figure that out, won't I? So that is cool. And then last, but I'm sure not least, that's a big one. This is, it's a Siku. It's a Siku. It says there 1874. Of course, it's not the year. It must be the model. This is a Liebherr crane, a 974. I know of this company, having dealt with them over the last kind of few years. Moving their equipment around. I've mentioned before that I'm in shipping, and yeah, I've handled some of their business over the years. Liebherr cranes, but yeah, that is wicked. So this is probably I don't know what year. I'm sure there are some Siku Germans that can give us a little bit of information on that one. But anyway, that's till after this. Dan and Ellie, thank you very much again for probably, I don't know, it's like the 5th or 6th package I think you guys have sent me now. Unbelievable. And I hope everybody has a great day, and see you on the next one.